Jai Hind and Vande Matram. So this is our series SSB Decoded from an aspirant's perspective. और इस वीडियो में हम स्क्रीनिंग प्रोसेस के रिलेटेड बातें कर रहे होंगे. So without any delay, let us start understanding the screening mystery. Okay, so the screening, friends, consists of two parts: the OIR and the PPDT. So OIR is Officer Intelligence Rating. You will get verbal and non-verbal reasoning questions. 50 questions from the verbal part and 50 as well from the non-verbal part. Next to it is the PPDT, which is the picture, perception and discussion test. We'll talk about it more in the video. So firstly, talking about the OIR. So in OIR, you will have questions from these two sections, and these are some topics: jumble word, direction sense test, spelling. What I am going to do is to solve some of the OIR questions that are actually asked at SSB, so to make you familiar with the level of questions that they ask. Also, before I really start with the questions, I will also like to tell you about this particular video that is available on the channel, which is all 25 types of SSB AFSB questions. This is, I think, a 2-hour long video, and this consists of questions which is original DI pair, recent questions, and you will also find in the timestamps the navigation timers to various sections. Okay, so you can go to one particular topic and learn that type. Okay, so see, there will be some areas जिसमें कि you will be facing issues, like from some areas in non-verbal. Okay, like let's say question from blood relations come. So whatever you think is your weak area, work on that, watch that type, practice many questions, and you will be easily able to do 49 out of 50 questions or even 50 out of 50 questions. We'll talk on it later in the video as well. So how to prepare OIR. So friends, firstly you can watch the video. I will give the link in the description or maybe at the I button to understand the types. Then you can practice from a book, SSB crack book. Okay, you can message me, to know how you can get a copy of this book. Okay, work on your weak areas. Then this is most important point. You have to work on your weak areas. If you think that your dictionary type of questions you are not able to solve, or blood relation kind of questions you are not able to solve, then you need to work on those weak areas and make sure that they are no longer your weak areas or lagging point. Then you need to practice time tests. Okay, so you can use textbook app. They will provide you some time test, or maybe there is one another app which is Target SSB. You will find it on the Play Store. Okay, so you can use these two sources to practice in time format. What I will suggest from my side is to just give you 25 minutes. Okay, the actual scenario will be getting 30 minutes, but I will suggest you to practice in 25 minutes format for the OIR. Okay, now let us solve some questions to give you some idea. Like this is the first question. You need to tell the second last word after forming a proper sentence. So in this scenario, you can say the accused was found guilty. 4 5. You need to tell me the second last sentence, which is 4th sentence, so the answer will be found. So you need to mark the answer as found. Write the 4th word after forming a proper sentence. Okay, so this is, I am giving it to you. Try solving it and answer the 4th sentence. Now there is a completing series part 1 4 to 9 16. You can clearly see the pattern, like 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, 4 square, and then there is 5 square, which is 25. Do it this question yourself. Okay, see, the level of the question will be very easy and you will be able to do it. So just a little bit of practice will help you. Now dictionary type of questions are popular and you will find 2 or 3 of them there. So to do this, if we need to find the last word in the dictionary. So you can compare, like everything is starting from E, then there is X, then you can find that this is starting from T. So A will not be the last word, C will not be the last word. So now we need to look at T and T. Now the next word is O and R. So in O and R, what comes last? R comes last. So C is the going to be the last word. Okay, find the odd one out. So there will be questions like where you will be required to find the odd one out, like tortoise, crab, fish and frog. So based on what similarity you find in all this, you can eliminate them. Okay, so try answering this in the comment box. What do you think will be the odd one out in this particular scenario? Okay, find the odd one out. Okay, now this particular question in which we need to find the odd one out is based on alphabetical order, which I already discussed in that OIR complete video also. So here you need to identify some pattern. For this you need to remember the index of the numbers. for example, I comes at ninth position. Okay, let me write, I comes at ninth position, N it comes at 14th position, S comes at 19th position. Okay, then X comes at 24th position. Okay, and then you have C. So C comes at then third position. Okay, so you will see a pattern: 9 plus 5 4, then 5, and then 5, and 24 plus 5 29. So 26 letters are there, so 3 letters more, so which is the C. So this kind of pattern will be followed, and based on that, if you get something which do not follows this particular pattern, you need to eliminate that. Similarly, these kind of questions will also be asked. So I will suggest you, I'm not discussing it completely in this particular video, because I have already made one video on OIR. So do check out that to understand how we approach these kind of questions, and there you will also get some tips and tricks. Okay, and particularly for the odd one out question, I will also suggest you to not waste that much time. If you think that you have a good sound logic here, then you can solve that. For example, like in this question, if I see like crab, tortoise and frog, all of them can also live outside water, and there is only one uh, species like fish, it can live only inside water. So I think the fish can be the answer at this point of time. Okay, do let me know your opinion in the comment box about it. Okay, similarly you will get these kind of questions. Okay, one famous question that you will get is this cube based question: cube look alike or like. I'm just touching the types to make you familiar in the screening process, and you will believe me, you will be able to solve it very easily. Okay, if you go and watch that video and practice as sources that I suggested with them. Okay, so this particular question, you need to find something that you find common, like this arrow. If you see this arrow resembles this arrow, and this arrow resembles this kind of arrow. So you see this arrow, this face, this particular tip is facing this face. Okay, now to move from this picture to this picture, okay, you need to rotate it like this, in this fashion, so that now this end will come upward, this end will come upward, and in that scenario this tip should face upward, right? This is facing upward. Okay, and now you can see that this will come down. So when this will come down, you will get the arrow pointing from this end to that end, which is rightly shown in this picture. So yes, these two cubes are alike. You will mark the answer as alike. Okay, yes, you will write in your answer sheet yes. Okay, and one major dot is like, people sometimes ask, are we provided with OMR sheets? No, we are not provided with OMR sheets. You will get a booklet, and there will be a space question mark from 1 to 50, and you need to answer in that booklet 1. If you find 1 is yes, then you need to write by yourself yes. Now this type of question is also asked, how many nines are there in the following situation, which is followed by 3 and preceded by 8. So you just need to understand the meaning of followed and preceded. So nines, you need to find 9, which is followed by 3, means 3 will come after, and preceded by 8 means 8. So just find 8 9 3 in this. So you will see that you find a 8 9 3 here, and try finding 8 9 3 8 9 3. You will find 8 9 3 at this juncture, and no other 8 9 3. So only 2 is the correct option. There are only 2 nines which met the requirements. Okay, again these kind of non-verbal questions can come. So what from an aspirant's perspective, since we are making the video, I will suggest you that to practice a lot of non-verbal part, because you will be very easily doing the verbal part. And in the verbal part also, if you think a question is not clicking you at this juncture, at this moment, like the odd one out question, you are not confident first 10 seconds that what can be the correct reasoning here. So please don't waste time more than 10 seconds on any questions. Skip it then and there and move to the next question. I will also discuss you to the pattern of attempting. The good pattern of attempting is, first of all, you should do all the English questions that are there. Okay, those are the easy ones, and then you need to do the easy questions first. Whatever you find that, like the dictionary can be easy, based on your practice you can find the easy questions. So first of all, do easy questions, and then move on to the other questions. Okay, because if you will do difficult questions in the first go, let's say blood relation questions in the first go, okay, then you will be facing some issue. It will take 2 or 3 minutes of your time, and if the answer does not come, it will demotivate you as well. So be in the right mindset, follow this pattern of approach, and try to solve maximum questions. Yes, so this is a figure series based question. Try doing this by yourself. Yes, now we will discuss, friends, about the important tasks. See, OIR is important. In the SSB, you cannot be complacent about anything at all. Okay, I will suggest you that shows a bad kind of attitude from our side. So please be number one in everything. Or please, from your side, do not take anything casually. But PPDT shows like a lot of importance, because in this you are SSR are assessing you by your performance, live performance there. Okay, so these are the briefings that the SSR will do for you. Gentlemen, a somewhat hazy picture will be shown for 30 seconds. Afterwards, you will be given 1 minute to note down the number of characters perceived, their age, mood and gender in the box given at the left, and action of your story at the right. After that, 4 minutes will be given to write a story in not less than 100 words. Describe what led to the event, what is going on, and what can be the possible future. Okay, I will also show you what kind of test booklet or sheet you will get at that point. Okay, so the test booklet that we get at that is something like this. You need to note down the name at proper place, the roll number, the chase number and your batch number. Okay, then in the left side you will be getting a box, and let's see if you see a picture which is having a male character which is around 26 and in positive mood, then you should encircle the first character that you see in the picture. They will say you the please listen to the briefings very carefully. Sometimes they say that encircle the first character that you see. Okay, or sometimes they can also say encircle your central character. Obviously the first character that you perceive becomes your central character. Okay, so male 26 positive mood, and there can be people is around 40 in neutral mood. Okay, and there is one female is around 18 in negative mood. This is a description. I've not attached the picture, but you can relate to it if this is the crowd. Okay, then action, you need to write a short action. Like action can be managing crowd, okay, at rally, because there are a lot of people, you can manage a crowd at rally. Okay, similarly you need to work on the stimulus part. We will discuss it later in the video as well. Okay, and then you need to write in minimum 100 words. So minimum 100 words means it should be minimum 100 words. You should not cross beyond 120. Okay, so keep it between anywhere between 100 and 120 words. Okay, if the space is not enough, you can use the back side of the sheet as well. Okay, so let us talk about what is an quality. What are the qualities of acceptable candidate at PPDT? So an acceptable candidate, first of all, perceives the stimulus right. Whatever the stimulus is shown in the picture, he perceives the stimulus right. For example, let us say in the picture it is shown that accident had just happened. So you cannot perceive it like anything positive, going out of the way. It will show that you are fleeing from the task, fleeing from the stimulus shown. Okay, then you need to weave a nice positive story. Even if the picture shown is negative, your story should have a positive ending to it. Then you should be able to relate the characters correctly. Like in the picture, what are the relations between the various characters? Like if they are the family members, they are neighbor. We'll talk on this later in the video as well. Narrates, then a candidate who narrates confidently. Okay, does not stutter and stammer, does not flutter also, and convey the idea firmly and with conviction. Takes enthusiastic part in the discussion and contributes to arrive at the common story. Remember friends, this is not a debate but a discussion. Okay, so you need to take enthusiastic part in the discussion and contribute so as you so as to help your group to achieve the common story. For example, I will elaborate what I am trying to say with some of the sample pictures that are there. The story that are available are just an aspirant's perspective, from an aspirant's perspective, and you are free to come up with any other ideas whatsoever you find right. So in this particular picture, you can see the picture is hazy, right? And you can see that there is a person at this juncture, and you can find there is a log in his hand, and you can see that the tree is also fallen, and there is a railway track, and you can see that there is a tracker, and these persons are loading the pieces of the trees from the railway track. You can also find a favra or kudal in this hand, like they are workers. Okay, so you can relate from this picture like what one can do is like this can be our central character who can help with the to solve the to clean the damages done on the railway tracks so that the train crosses on time. So write story, one story that one can make is like this. You should write one male is around 20 positive mood, 4 male is around 30 and positive mood. Okay, the action is helping reconstruct railway tracks. Okay, so as there are 4 to 5 males, you could if there are 4 to 5 characters, you can write into the box, but if there are characters more than that, you can just write 4 people is around 30 positive. Okay, So Arijit, college student at Murshidabad, West Bengal. One morning while going to bring milk for home, he saw trees lying on railway tracks following a violent storm in the night. He immediately went there and requested workers and offered help. Okay, then firstly what he can do, he made sure that the red cloth is displayed at some distance. Okay, a good idea would be to ask the workers to inform the station master first, and then he can help in putting the red cloth at some distance, because the station master will be the one who can stop the train at some distance, and if the train comes with high speed, it will not be stopping with the red cloth. Okay, so it is the station master which needs to be informed. So at that action, then the central character took the log of wood and helped to load it on the tractor. Arijit then helped to carry stones. Arijit then helped to carry stones. Arijit then helped to carry stones and to be filled alongside tracks. He arranged from his neighbor some extra cans to carry materials. He then went to his home and brought some tea and water for the workers during this. They worked together persistently and the track was fit and fine soon. Arijit was happy and satisfied to see it. He thanked each and every person. Okay, he thanked each and every person for their hard work, right? So this can be a possible story. See, in that story which you saw, that the central character is coming and he is helping to put the red cloth. Now see the change in this particular story, that firstly he informed the station master. So this is like a logical approach. Okay, rather than putting the red cloth, you should inform the station master that such a thing has happened following a violent storm, and then you can help the workers in putting the red cloth to ensure safety. So please observe for yourself what are the changes in this these two particular story. You can also make a change at this juncture. Okay, you need to write P here. Okay, or you can write all the four characters. You can mention all the four characters as male, 30, positive, and wherever they are located in this particular picture that you have shown. Like you can see there is one man here, one man here, one man here, one man here. So if it is 5 persons, you can note them like individually. But if it's more than that, please write 4 people. Okay, or 5 people. Now see, this is the one another picture. You can pause the video, try to get the stimulus what you are getting from this particular scenario, and try to make your own story and comment your story in the comment box. Okay, so you can see there can be very different kind of ideas. Like in the this place, you can see that some fire is coming. You can perceive it as a fire, and people are burning something, and you can see in the background there are some people. If you observe, you can see that there is a dustbin box at this juncture, and there is car, and there are a lot of people here and there. So there can be a lot of different stories, okay, on this. Like someone might perceive it like people protesting for something, college worker protesting for something. This is one thing. Or another thing, like if you can see a dustbin, what you can do is to give a task like renovation of an area, or converting area into a park, converting abandoned area into a park. Like there was an area and society members decided that this area can be converted into a park for elderly and for children. Okay, so they made a team, and then they like burned the grass that they collected, and then they did all these things. So you can either see a problem in a situation, or you can come up with some constructive idea. Okay, but never try to evade the stimulus. Okay, visualizing it like some protest is also right, but see, rather than introducing the problem all by yourself, you can also do a good task. Okay, make sure your leader takes some stress. Like in this, you should not evade the stimulus. Okay, so you can see that this person is running. Okay, so from the mood it seems that he has recently seen that someone is lying there. Okay, so now if someone is lying there, people can perceive him like dead. People can perceive him as dead, but do not go for that radical things. Like it might have also happened that during summers people get fainted and they immediately fall on the floor. Like he can go and he can give the first aid, and he can try to bring with consciousness, ask the people around to provide some water, okay, and then give some energy drinks to drink, and those kind of actions. Okay, then accompanied to home. So there are some story writing tips. Okay, firstly, a leader take actions. So leader will not just advise, he will take actions also. Not all actions, but should be taken by leader only. That will be impractical. Do not create what is not shown in the picture. Okay, sometimes people try to come up with crammed ideas, and whatever rotated ideas they have. Okay, so do not come up with those ideas and just copy paste there. Okay, this will not work. Try to go according to the stimulus zone, and the honesty should be there. Try to be positive, but not unnecessarily positive. Think of yourself there and make it practical and relatable. Okay, pre-plan actions. Like when you get 1 minute to note down the characters and 30 seconds to observe. In 30 seconds, observe carefully. Okay. And then in 1 minute, you can pre-plan your certain actions, like what, give the leader a task. Identify the aim. What aim is the leader having, and give him a task. And then think in your mind what are all the five bullet points, that how will the leader achieve this task. Okay. And right to the point, add some emotions through actions. Like you can, so because adding emotions, a little bit emotions through actions, not like directly writing, through actions you can add emotions. Okay. Like his hand was shaking, or he was he told him with conviction. Like with action you can add emotions. Then you need to practice with timer finally. Okay. So one more picture that very recent I would like to show, that in this picture you can see that there is a garage in the backward. You can see that this line you can relate it to a garage, and there is a car, there is a person here, over here, it seems young, and there is a car, maybe the car is not working. And you can see in the background that there is a bus, and you can see there is a person here also, and there is a person here also, and there is something in the hand of this person, and in the background you can perceive these two things as houses. Okay. So one story that is possible here is this. Okay, you can read through this story. It's about Mukesh, which is age around 22, who studies automobile at VIT Vellore. Okay, during vacation he got a project related to improving engine design to reduce carbon emissions. Now see, the leader has got a task which is which has got a service angle. Now you can also go with mechanic thing, car getting a lot of people in the village were facing issue with their car. When the people used to come in the village, they faced issues with their car getting dysfunctional. So this man decided to open a garage for them and to serve them, or the internship. So these kind of things can be there. So always try to come up with unique theme. Okay, he in his village decided to join a local garage to gain practical insights. Took permission of the father and joined. There he researched on his laptop and course books about various possible engine designs and their emissions. He then surveyed the engines of old cars in garage and understood cause of emissions. Afterwards, he explored the possibilities of using hydrogen as a fuel, green hydrogen as a fuel, with improvised engine. What I also perceive in the picture is Mukesh's father coming with the afternoon food and appreciating his son's hard work. Finally, Mukesh compiled his findings into a PowerPoint, went back to the college and gave a wonderful presentation. Okay, so there can be many other themes, but one thing that I will suggest, please give a short-term plan to the leader. Do not go with a long-term plan. Something that can be done in 1 day, 2 to 3 days. Give him a short-term plan. Okay, do not like you will say, do this radical change, or you will go to minister, implement some scheme. Do not always do that. Okay, and short-term plans are always better. One thing that you should follow in mind, keep in mind, that there should be past to the story, a short past, like in 2 to 3 lines. You can observe in the story that is that I just shown, that I just showed you, that there is a short past, then there are present. The actions would be in present, because this is the present which is being shown. So the all of the actions would be in the present, like 5 to 6 lines you can add in the present, and then 1 to 2 line again in the future. So you can check that this particular story that I showed you is follows this particular format. Okay, then for the story writing, you can add emotions to your character, and you can make the character relatable. Use those 30 seconds to observe everything carefully. Like in this picture, I navigated to every particular detail from this end to that end. Also made a rough mind note of the age of this character and age of this character, and then related this character to this character as son and father. Okay, so you observe for 30 seconds carefully, and try to note down the age, bracket, mood, and their dressing and the background, and these are the things, and then the actions that they are doing, and then try to relate it, that what might be going into that situation in those 1 minute that is given to you. And then give a task. After this, when you are having some idea that okay, this might be happening, then give the leader a task, and then come up with 5 bullet points to how to achieve this task in 1 minute. Once you have done this, please write that story confidently. If unique theme comes in your mind, it's okay. Otherwise, go by normal theme and do it properly. One thing that will happen to you when you go to SSB, like you might have practicing has its own demerits. If you practice a lot, then you might be having some preconceived ideas about, okay, I will have to write this story or that story. This story is good, which a service angle is good. So that much coaching that you have got, and all this makes your mind jogged up. Okay, it blocks your mind. Okay, so do not do that. Okay, you can practice, but in the scenario, if you are if just perceive the stimulus. If you get a unique theme, it's very good, it's there in your psychology. If you do not get a unique theme, make a normal relatable theme and do it properly. Okay, leaders do tasks differently. Okay, in any case it should be practical, relatable and connected to the picture. Okay, you will write a made up story, you are out. If not by SSB, for sure in terms of a honest life. Okay, he might have heard of that story and number of times. If you have read that story from some YouTube videos and anywhere else, please do not do that. Try to come up with some ideas. Try to make 5 themes. Okay, if you are a beginner, try to make 5 themes on one picture. Force yourself to make 5 themes on one picture. Then to come up with many good ideas, one suggestion that you can read stories on app called the Better India and other positive stories in newspaper. You should give a leader a stressful task. Okay, a possible if possible, give service angle to the story. Not always. Write in good and legible handwriting and avoid cuts. For this app I have suggested, the Better India, you can download and you can read some positive stories out there. Okay, in 30 seconds what you need to do, friends, is to observe, right? Number of characters, age, mood, background and their dress up. And then in next 1 minute you can follow a 40 second approach, and you can follow a 20-40 seconds approach. Like in 20 seconds you to try to understand what might be happening in the situation and try to give a leader a task. In 40 seconds you need to identify what are all the actions that the leader can take, and in that save some time to, like you might in the very beginning you can write the number of characters that you see, because you will forget it. So use the first 20 seconds to write the number of characters, and but don't write the action. Now think of some time for the action, and then use last 10 seconds to write the action. Okay, and then you can come up with 5 actions or maybe 2 or 3 actions, whatever you get. Okay, with practice you will be able to do this. This is just a suggested idea, whatever suits you well, try to do that. Okay, but you need to stick to the time. Okay, narration tips. Okay, during your narration, friends, you need to use your time to recall your story. Okay, once you have written your story, the SSS will take all the seats and you will be given some time to recall your story. Okay, to recall your story till you go to the discussion room and the flow of events in your mind. During narration, maintain calm and confidence, focus on the task and do not judge yours and other stories. Do not think that my story is best and his story is poor. Do not lose like that, you lose focus. Just focus on the task and be logical. Narrate it confidently and make the 1 minute count no matter what. Listen carefully and then the narration of others. This shows that you are, you have good social adjustment and you have cooperation with others. Drop your ego at the entry gate itself. Focus on the task. Nobody knows future. Okay, if you focus a lot on future, if I will get recommended or not, what if this task gets wrong. Okay, do not focus on all those things. All you have is this moment. Enjoy that moment. Nervousness will go. Okay, group discussion tips. So motto is the common group story. Make sure you participate to contribute. Okay, do not just say I agree with chess number 7. Say why you agree, why you are agreeing. There should be reasoning ability in whatever you speak. So during fish market, try to control the group once or twice. If they do not listen to you, then be side. Okay, they will eventually stop. Be ready with your points to speak in the pause. Keep thinking, keep brainstorming. Okay, keep brainstorming. Do not think in one particular dimension. Keep listening sharply to everyone's point. Okay, and try to come up with idea, how can I make this point better. Okay, it all situation dependent. Okay, be logical. Whatever advice I can give you, still it is all situation dependent. Someone who is logical and someone whose basic is clear, that he will make a relatable story, narrates confidently, participate in the group discussion. These are the basic, they never change. Okay, so focus on basic, that I will write a good positive story, I will narrate confidently and firmly, शेर की तरह बोलूँगा, and then lastly I will participate in the group discussion to help group to come to a common story. These are the basics. Okay, so yes, friends, that brings us to the end of our discussion about the screening mystery. Okay, I hope you find the video useful. Do share it with your friends who are who have their SSB in recent, and make sure you subscribe to the channel, and also you can watch the SSB OIR video as well. So Jai Hind and Vande Matram. With that, I will be signing off for today, and we'll come up with the next episode of SSB Decoded, which will be discussing with psych test and other kind of test as SSB. Thank you so much. Over and out.